What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, and welcome to another episode of the Not Just Design podcast. And on this episode, just as I said last week, we'll be talking about ANC, noise cancellation. Basically, that's what it's called, active noise cancellation. If you really think about it, that's what it is. So now, I'm sitting in my room, it's December period, listening to music, regular holiday season, as per usual, and Nigerian parents would always want to call you for every fucking thing, to wash plates, to remove cobwebs, to just do every single thing. They will call you. Amy podcaster, and mom is calling me to come and wash beans. So I should grind it and wash it. I digress. So first, I'm listening to J. Cole. I'm sitting down on my bed. The Mosty rapper is always around us. So is this Mosty rapper on the bed? I'm sitting down on the bed, just listening to J. Cole. Normal song. And all of a sudden, my brother just tapped me. Papa, who's this guy? Why is this guy tapping me? Alpha, mom is calling me. Why is she calling me? Like she's like, I don't know. They're supposed to be sleeping. People that age are sleeping in the afternoon. Why is she calling me? What did she call me for? Mom said she come and wash and clean. I'm like, wash what? Wash the car. And I'm like, how am I washing the car? Now, I remove the AirPod. While I'm talking to my brother, I'm just like, poof, what is this? There's like noise everywhere. From nowhere. It's like noise. I can hear the sound of my neighbor's generator. I can hear all this shit, like just different noise in my ear. So I'm like, wait, what's happening? I put it back on and there's no more noise. Then I remove it again and there's like shitload of noise. And I'm like, Fast forward, I still watch the canal. They never bore me well. Fast forward 1 week later, and I'm like, let me Google this. Let me see what's up now. Let me see, okay, where is this coming from? And it's called ANC. So ANC is active noise cancellation, and how it works is it uses a simple technique involving two microphones, one listening to the environment and reversing that audio that's coming from outside and sending this back into your ear. Let me explain. So ANC stands for active noise cancellation, and now this is simply just the tech inside your headphones that blocks out all the noise from coming inside, like all the noise and all those things that you put on your AirPod and you can't hear anybody and you're in your zone, right? That's exactly what it does. So when you have a headphones and allow you to hear your music, make calls, and not hear the noise from outside, right? It's actually a bit more complex than what it seems. As I said before, you need two microphones, one listening to the sound around you and one in your ear that listens to the sound coming into your ear. So basically, sound passes through air. So how you hear different sound is simply just a pressure being applied on air. So pressure that you apply to air is what makes us hear sound. Our brain interprets them as sound. Let's take it back. Now, this tech started way back in Germany in 1933. This is like really old kind of shit, like really old time. Your grandpa if he was born then, he'll be 91 years old in 2024. That's how old it is. Like your grandpa parents were sneaking out to go and have sex in the back of the evil forest at this time around. Back then, they'll now go and lie that they are going to go and farm what I am. That's how your generation started. But let's leave that out of the picture. It's really, really old. Milk was still coming in glass bottles then in Europe, and before the invention of television. That's how way back in Germany 1993, ANC, active noise cancellation technology, has been being researched on and worked on. And I'll just mention some important factors that are relevant to this concept of ANC. The basic principles: phase inversion. You just have that word. It's a big English, but it doesn't really matter. It's just phase inversion. So now, sound, first of all, the noise we hear is all just pressure applied to sound, applied to air. Basically, that's what sound is. And now there's sound that is music, that is not noise, and the sound that is like noise. Pressure applied to air brings out different sounds that then, when combined properly, becomes good music or terrible noise. Sound moves at a speed of 343 meters per second in dry air. That's about 20 degrees Celsius. So when the air is wet, when there's snow or there's something else, it's a bit different. However, as I said, it involves two mic. One at the outside, listening to the headphones, listening to the sound around you, another type shit, And then there's one inside the headphones, listening to the sound that's coming into your ear. All of this goes through your normal DSP, normal digital sound processor now. It takes the sound and then creates the exact opposite of that sound wave and then sends it both in one channel. So your brain now listens to that sound and then interprets it as silence. For Newton's third law of action and reaction, which is for every action in nature, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You get me? It's not related, but I said it because it's cool, and it's really, really nice. Since this sound, right, that's from the outside and from inside of your ear is not the same thing that's coming out from your Spotify or Apple Music, it won't cancel, it won't mess anything up. So you hear good music in silence. That is the basic principle of ANC. And that's the overall working principle. That's how it works. Now, think of it as trying to add 1 and subtract 1. You're just left with 0. So you add one sound plus another sound that's the direct opposite of it, and you're left with 0. You think of a wave of me saying, "Hello, please give me your number. My name is David. I like the shape of your eyes. It's really nice." Take that sound wave, reverse it, put it together. That is, you're just adding 1 and then you're subtracting 1. You're just left with 0. So you take it to 2 sounds, which is 1 plus 1, that'll be 1 minus 1 is 1 sound. You reverse that. "Hello, my name is David. Give me your number, please. I like the shape of your eyes." And then you make the opposite of that, which is another 1. You minus each other and you have 0. That's how it works basically. That's the overall working principle. So after I listen to all I've said, you will still be like, "Oh, but how come I still have noise?" Like you can still hear your environment small, small. If somebody come and knock you something, they knock you knock or something, you hear it going. Aside feeling it, you hear it, or they slap somebody very good, very loud beside you, they slap the bottom of his ogle like this, you still hear it. Why? So this is because there's bleed, not bleed as per blood, but there's like sound bleed coming into your ear. Let me explain this concept. It's the downside of the ANC, but it's also a good advantage. Why? Because the brain, as much as we don't want to hear sound, kind of needs sound. So there's a brain scan, there's a link to a brain scan in this description where you can see the sound, someone's brain scan when they are sitting quiet, thinking of an idea, when they are walking outside, thinking of an idea. As much as walking and putting your body in motion helps, the sound from the environment also helps. The noise from the environment also helps. Now you see, this noise from the environment is what they call inconsistent noise. It can't be easily predicted. So it's inconsistent. It's not like you sitting beside the generator that is doing vroom, 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 vroom. You can know that one. And then you're sitting in a party where somebody's chilling and playing Odumodu Black. You go push out to the crop, ebelebe, and all of a sudden they switch the song to, you go, that was scrub, that was scrub. You can't really tell what's going to happen. And the DSP, that's the digital sound processor, is converting and creating direct opposite of each sound. And each sound that passes through that mic that's outside, 343 meters per second. That's the speed it's trying to achieve. So that by the time the microphones hear the sound, converts it and send it back to you, it's almost instant. You don't feel it. And it's not there yet. It's not perfectly 343 meters per second. That's why you still have bleeds. That's why you still have, you can see here, they give somebody bone on their ogo, you give them 1 or 2 like that, you can see here. It is because it can't really predict and convert inconsistent sound. The sound from your generator is consistent. It's vroom, vroom. The sound in your plane engine is consistent sound. So the DSP can easily predict, hey, just know that, okay, this is the sound, right? And then flip it, and then it's the same thing over and over and over. But you can't do that if you're in an environment where the sound is inconsistent. That's the downside of ANC. It's also a good thing because studies have showed that really good ANC can bring up to dizziness. Every good thing has its own disadvantage. So you're using a really good ANC you bought for $3,000 or 300, $3K, whatever anyone you bought it for, and you start experiencing dizziness. Remember, the ear is the balancing part of the body. It is because, and I quote from Sound Guys, one theory is that noise cancelling technology can generate extremely low frequency vibration that stimulates balance receptors. These balance receptors are connected to our ears. These receptors falsely communicate to the brain that the head is moving despite one's eyes is being fixed. And this is giving mixed signals. It's like that girl that you're texting and she's like, I like you, can we see? And they're like, oh yeah, I like it too. And she's like, I love you like a brother. And it's just very confusing. And that's what happens. This is tricking your brain, and then your brain is now doing, you're now feeling dizzy, and then you now start having heart attack, and then you text her and then she doesn't text you. You text her again and she doesn't text back. Sorry, I digress. Anyway, that's basically how it works. And the only way to stop this is number one, not to buy another expensive ANC. Poverty is mixed. Poverty sometimes is good. It's to just decide that you just buy a low one, just go to Abuki and just buy a really cheap headphone that has cheap ANC because it's good and it will work for you. Now, if you use a subpar ANC headphones, it will give you less dizziness as you use it because it's cheap. I know. If you use a really high bar, ANC and it affects you, you start feeling dizzy. But this is not for everybody. This is for a few people, a selected few people. So yeah, that's the downside of it. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ANC headphones are really nice. They are good because they help you walk silently. They help you improve the way you like. If you're listening to a podcast like this one, it's an ANC. You block out all the noise so nobody disturbs you, and you're focused. If you're on the road, you're using fake cheap ANC, you can still hear the noise outside and it works. Like Apple released their own active noise cancellation that has transparency mode that selects the kind of noise you can hear. So you can hear somebody greeting you, but you can't hear the mow when they're like, trying to cut grass. All those engine issues and cut grass. Let's call it mower over there. I don't know what they call it, but the engine when it is cut grass, all of that. The good part of it is, I think that's the good part of it. Yeah, there's no other good part of it. Sorry. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for sitting out to this episode. As you have listened, may you be blessed. See you on the next one. Don't forget to link in the description and subscribe to us podcasting newsletter to get subscribed and get updates on the most interesting other podcasts and tech that you would love. No, it's a simple shit. It's really lovely. It's nice. And check the link also for reference to this episode. With that being said, see you on the next one. Peace.